All right. Welcome, everyone. Appreciate you guys joining us. Nikki, thanks for joining us also. Glad to have more community on the call and getting involved with market protocol. Uh, Nikki, do you want to give a quick intro? We typically just let people introduce themselves and say hello the first time they join the call.
Yeah, so my name is Nikki, and I joined from the Chi-Town Crypto Chat. I know Bazaar, and I work on CoinSailor, and have just been, since I'm in Puerto Rico now for the crypto community, I really have time to focus on building up my developing and coding skills. So anything that can really help and grow my skills and also help the community is why I'm here. So
Great. All right. Anderson, I just saw you joined. Welcome. Glad to have you back. Casper, how you doing?
Good, Phil. How are you?
Good. Glad you're here again.
Yeah.
All right, so I just want to start off the call by highlighting some of the contributions that were made this week from community members as well as large commits. So the first new contributor was Shamardi. They added the Shark Relay and DDEX logos to our partners page, so that's awesome. And then some big commits from other community members. Arun 1595 helped us a lot with some site optimization for the imports and on the press page. And then Connor Christie has been helping us generate our TypeScript definitions for all of the market contract ABIs. A new repo just got created for those TypeScript definitions, which is great. And then also want to just share the new release of the DApp that Azwar put out there. There's some really great release notes and some new features in there that I think will help people be able to use it in a much simpler fashion. So lots of great work was done this week, and really appreciate all of the contributions from the community. It's pretty awesome to just keep new developers coming in and contributing. So thank you to everyone who's either not on the call and has helped or is currently helping. Azwar, do you want to talk about the new release of the D app?
Sure, Phil. So yeah, in the D app new release, we have like the one major feature we have added is the simplified deploy contract. So earlier we used to have a lot of input, like, either quick deployment where user has to kind of figure out all the fields, what they mean, or a guided deploy where we kind of walk the user through what each field represents, what are the restrictions, validations, etc., which is a tedious process. So in the simplified deploy contract, we have integrated with the Behance API where a user can select the each symbol, and based on that, like, we also kind of suggest by default what are the prices, input fields, and autofill the fields like expiration, etc., so that user just has to click like a couple of buttons and the contract is kind of deployed onto the Rinkaby right now, which is there. But yeah, so that is one major feature that we've added. So apart from that, we have like multiple things, like we upgraded the market solidity to the latest version, which is 0.0.28, and also we've added Google Analytics tracking and also welcome message model where we kind of once the user lands on the D app, we kind of give some steps, and also the network status to which the user is connected. So right now, D app on the production only works with Rinkaby, since we don't want user not to kind of like directly deploy to mainnet, and also give him a fair warning saying that you have to kind of connect to Rinkaby, or else like he won't be able to kind of use the features that are available right now. So all in all, those are the features, and we also have like a couple of bug fixes which are there. So minor UI fixes here and there. So yeah, that's all the release of the app 0.1.0 had in.
Awesome. I'm posting the link to the release notes in the chat right now if anyone wants to check those out. And for people that just joined, also the agenda is also in there. And then the other release that was created was in regards to the website. There's the new About page, which I think is new since last week. I can't even remember at this point, which has got a timeline and some more information on the project, and some updated pages that are coming to the website soon. Will be a new jobs page. There's some updates to the team page. So lots of new information there, as well as some work on SEO, both optimizations for the white paper to have it indexable and hopefully more prevalent in SEO searches, and some other edits to just make it more friendly to Google. Is there any questions on any of the releases or discussion on that stuff before we move on? All right, cool. So from last week's previous to-do list, I see that there's still some things that we haven't, that I haven't gotten done. I know the contribution guidelines to the market protocol repo, I think Anua is working on them. So I haven't finished those because he said he was going to take care of it. And then Robert's out this week with some family travel, so he didn't get to his either. Patrick, do you want to talk about the SEO stuff? I'm not sure if you've been checking in or not since you're in Italy, but do you want to give an update there?
Yeah, so we improved from 8 to 6 on the averages, at least, of the top search criteria. So we went up again slightly, and that's about it. Yeah, I haven't done much. Shared with Lazar some of the links to help out with further SEO work, and as you know, updated the issue with the details on what we might do to improve the PDF.
I'm guessing you just put your video on just to torture all of us so we can see the beautiful rooftops in Italy. The 360 there. Wow.
I was to ask that, where was that building?
Yeah, we're staying at a place with a nice view. My wife is an artist, and we try to pick up an Airbnb based on a good view and location. So.
Are you in Venice right now, or where are you?
Yeah, we're in Venice. You can see the Campanile in the distance there.
Not bad. So Patrick, just to let you know, I updated the PDF with all the meta tags that you suggested in that issue. And those changes should be live on the site anytime now. So they were pushed yesterday. So, again, 24 hours for CloudFront. But I'd be interested to see if those affect anything. Some of the meta tags, I wasn't sure. I maybe put too many in the keywords, so you can take a look, and I guess we can kind of see how it works out and go from there with it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's interesting. We're starting to get in the top 10 and at least one of the kind of stretch terms like decentralized futures. We're up to 6 now. So it'd be interesting to see why we're at 6 there, but say decentralized derivatives, we have been hovering around 10 and actually fell to 11th. So maybe we can correlate that with the search terms, or maybe has to do with which ones we're using, not overusing, and tweak those some more.
Sounds good. So also we have an issue in progress to create the internal blog. So that's being done with Netlify CMS. Someone's working on that right now from the Gitcoin community. And hopefully by the end of the week, we'll have at least something there that we can start to post our content initially there instead of Medium, and then cross-post to Medium with the canonical URL pointing back to us. So that should also assist in that, as you kind of suggested. So that's in flight.
Nice. And I think just the constant steady updates are probably helping as well. Like you said, the new jobs page updates and such. So that's great.
Cool. Any questions from anyone on SEO or website stuff before we move on?
Well, I just wanted to ask him again if he needs any of my assistants, to maybe check again the relationship between H1 and H2 tags, or he's gonna give me an update on that and then let me know whether that idea that we talked about, creating a new introduction page so that we can transfer some of the H2 tags from the about page to that new page, is still something that we should do, or he feels like it's not necessary.
Yeah, I think since we did improve the structure a little bit in moving content down to H2 so that the level 1 headers weren't overused, helped. We might get some additional gain by moving to a separate page, but I think we're talking about marginal gains at that point compared to the new content and other changes that are going in. So I think we could go either way on that, but it's probably going to be marginal since we made the other updates that you and I reviewed.
Okay, cool. So that means basically that once the jobs and the blog is integrated, you feel like that's going to be sufficient probably to help us increase, help us get near, number 1 for those search items.
Yeah, or at least I'd be running out of ideas at that point, and then I think it's about the quality of the content, incoming links at that point.
Okay.
I'm curious, are you using the blog for posting jobs as well? So jobs and newsletters?
We're going to be posting, so newsletters will have an archive. There'll be all of our blog content that basically is what you see currently on Medium. Will get transferred, and then all of our new content will be published directly to the site. So that's articles about interesting news things like decentralized exchanges, kind of educational materials on protocols versus applications, and just general kind of ecosystem stuff. And then the jobs page itself is actually separate from the blog. We had some really great artwork created for it recently from Ari, who's the one who's designed the rest of our site. And he has created a separate page for jobs, talks a little bit about the team, and then we'll have a list of all the open positions with job descriptions in a PDF. Cool. All right, so moving on to this coming week. On my plate is we want to get the 1.0 release of what we're now calling Market Protocol / Market Protocol, which is the Livity smart contracts. That's going to be a new NPN package. We created the @Market Protocol org, so all of our NPN packages can live under that. There's some new features in that allow for a little bit more simplified deployment of contracts. So it cuts it down from the current 3 transactions to 2, and additionally adds some security features to ensure that whitelisted contracts are coming directly from our factories. So my goal is to get that released this coming week and integrated into the DApp, which will allow some of the issues that are blocked with some of the UI infrastructure around deployment to get updated. Zora, do you want to talk about market.js and kind of where that's at and what's going on?
So we have a library market.js. So currently I'm working on at least getting the functionality. Yeah, so currently I'm working on getting the functionalities like around create orders, trade orders, which will be the integral piece for exchange in DApp. So I'm kind of making progress on that still. So like should be able to wrap up like by today or tomorrow. So that is on the market.js front. So like we also have a new repository for the typings. So which has all the TypeScript definitions for the market contract APIs which we have. So so that's the initial framework is set up for that, but we need to make some progress around getting the test framework up and running, and coverage should be increased. So that's also something which we have to look into and kind of get them staked so that we get outside help in order to achieve the coverage of 100%. So those are the couple of things that I have.
Great. Yeah, the sooner that we can get those things staked and off to Gitcoin to try to get some traction on, that'd be awesome. So that's definitely a place of progress. I talked to someone last night at the Boulder Blockchain Meetup who's also possibly interested in helping with some of the TypeScript work. So I'll see if he comes on to help. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the formal conversation that I think we need to have. Happy to open it up to any questions from the community or things people want to discuss. Nikki, just to let you know, I muted you as Wara was talking just because there was a lot of background noise. So if you'd like to speak, you got to unmute yourself.
Hey, Phil, it's Casper here.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a lot of background noise, but okay, thank you.
Casper, you there?
Yeah, hey, I don't know if there's any more market-specific question to discuss, but if there is, we can defer my questions a bit later. But as a non-coder, I'm pretty interested in what this group thinks of Microsoft's acquisition of GitHub. Obviously, I think it's, when I had my own startup back in, which was a big data startup from 2009 to about 2012, we were using GitHub. So obviously it's what most people have grown up with, right? Is it going to lose its soul? Is it going to change? Are you going to move to something else? Or I'm just very curious.
Yeah, that's a really awesome topic for conversation. I think that there's already a lot of people that are talking about Microsoft's kind of old stance toward open source software and how that translates into what's going on now, and GitHub being kind of the main workspace for open source projects. I think it's really interesting to see what happens. There's definitely some, animosity towards how they treated the open source community in the past. So I think it's interesting. And then there's also people that are maybe concerned that don't have open source repos about security now, and Microsoft theoretically having access to their code in some ways.
Yeah.
There's an interesting service from AWS where you can keep a backup of your GitHub account. That might be probably a service that you'll be making a lot of new users in the upcoming months, because at least, just in case you have everything, a backup of everything, and it's easier to migrate for somewhere else.
Interesting. Did that already exist, or that's something they set up just now and kind of as a reaction?
I think it already existed, but I myself knew several services from AWS, but it was the first time I heard about this one this week. So probably now they found a way to get traction.
A good use case, yeah. Okay, interesting. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Casper. I think it's very, very newsworthy for everyone in the open source community, for sure. Anything else market related or non-market related that people want to discuss on the call? Questions about where we're headed? I know the roadmap got published on the About page. Questions about that? The jobs that are open? Anything else? All right, guys. Well, I want to just thank everyone for joining us today. Again, we'll post meeting minutes from this call onto GitHub, and also the recording will end up on YouTube as well for anyone that wants to check it out later. And we'll do this again next week. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
See you guys.